Well, last episode we lost our star winger to a drug scandal as the title race heats up, and now it all comes to a head as we take on rivals PSG, this time out. Hey, what's going on, guys? Respected Jeff here, and I am back with Paris FC. We sit top of the league, but if we want to stay there, we have to go through our rivals, PSG, to maintain our lead above them. 4 points separate us right now. We are first, they are second, and with 12 games remaining in the season, every single point here counts for a lot, especially in this one, when 3 points either way would really either close the gap or widen it in our favor. So, all eyes on this match. We are kicking off this episode with a banger. Now, as we get to the press conference, I'll do the usual here, take a couple quick questions from the community before we actually kick off the action. First up, where would we like to see the team finish this season? Will we be satisfied with a European spot? Well, I think the way things have unfolded, I'm going to be a little bummed out if we honestly don't win the title. So we'll see exactly where that leaves us come the end of the season. But I think the minimum at this point is a European spot. The minimum really is a Champions League specifically spot. But again, I want to push for the title. We've shown we can do it. It's just a matter of finishing the season on a high note. And it's all eyes on the title with 12 games remaining this season. Alright, well, a familiar face returns as Kylian Mbappe leads the line for PSG. For those of you who have been watching since the beginning, he was one of the main reasons we were forced out of the PSG job to start with. He's promised he will stick with them until they win the Champions League, and it's a possibility this season as they make their way towards the final. But if we can have a say about it, they won't win the league at least. We're going to do everything we can to stop them, although PSG get off to a fiery start. Mbappe running behind the lines with pace, and it's their new signing Arthur, who just came in at the end of January, who scores a goal and separates the sides. Well, it's not like we're exactly a poor club. We have money to spend, but when you're like PSG and you can keep bringing in these $60, $70 million signings, it's hard for us to keep up. But on we go with the game. Ball over the top. Gaëtan Laura, chance to equalize, and it's saved by the goalkeeper. That was our golden opportunity to get back on level terms. And the game roars on here, 27 minutes into the match. It's been all action so far, and the defense just about dealing with that one and cleared away. But PSG looking for blood this time after we got the better of them last. The ball played through, and this time Mbappe cannot find the feet of Messi. Oh, it's been all attack in our direction the last 10-15 minutes here. We just can't seem to clear the ball, and finally falls to the hands of Luka Zidane. As we come towards halftime here, can we get ourselves a goal just before the whistle to make things a little more interesting? Paulinho has the space to cut it back for Husni, who lays it off again. Veretout drags his shot wide. We're going into the second 45, still chasing a goal, and it's a big ask against a team like PSG. Kylian Mbappe given space again to run in behind, but he's covered by our academy hero Axel Bamba, who does much better to get that ball away. Well, we know he hasn't played all season, Bamba, but he's starting to regain his form just a little bit. I think it's a matter of time before we get the best out of him once again. And here we go. Felipe Anderson slipped through with a lovely pass. This is our chance across the face of goal, and Ilyas Husni scores. He comes back to haunt his former club. We plucked him out of their academy, we promised him minutes, and we have grown him into a genuine superstar. And at this point, it's not even just for his age, it's just the overall fact that he is a class player, one of the best in the division at the moment, and still a teenager. It's an immense talent we have on our hands, and it's enough to get us back on level terms here. And with 20 minutes left in the game, it is still all to play for between these sides. Axel Bamba caught out there, but fair enough with the tactical foul to allow us to not really suffer off the counterattack in that case. Now Maxwell Cornet charging out of the back line, and it's another former PSG player, Ismail Garbi, who has the chance here, centers it, Laura again! Oh no! How is that stayed out? And it is offsides in the end. Well, huge mistake there from Paris FC. That should have been the goal that got us in front. And actually, that was a miscue by Laura there. He tried to shoot, it looks like, completely missed the ball. I don't know if the nerves are getting to this team or what, but that just might be time. We're going to have to settle for a point apiece. Tobias passes it back. Zidane clears it unsuccessfully out from the back, and it is given away there. Husni into the path of Mbappe, who finishes. Heartbreak right at the final whistle as PSG edge us out for a 2-1 victory. It has been absolutely all action this 90 minutes. And unfortunately for us, that is definitely the nail in the coffin. There's no time for a response. That was literally the last kick of the game. And Mbappe comes back to bite us once again. It always has to be him, it seems like. What an unreal finish that is. Almost closed down, but almost doesn't cut it in these circumstances. 2-1, an enormous defeat in what could shape the finish of this season in the title race, really. That is absolutely heartbreaking for the squad. We gave it our all. We really genuinely fought hard. But in the end, PSG got the better of us once again. Alright, well, unfortunately for us, that means the gap has been narrowed down to 1 single point. We do not have a slip-up left in us this season, and if PSG, their recent form is anything to go by, we really can't afford dropping any more points this season if we want a realistic shot at the title. We're coming towards the tail end. Only a handful of games remain, really, and we have some big ones coming up. Monaco, our next opponents, who are fighting for a Champions League spot, so a lot on the line with this one. Us with the title, them for a top 4 spot, and it is guaranteed to be a heated one. Let's get to it. Alright, well, fresh off the back of that defeat to PSG, we are back to league action. Monaco, who have proved to be a difficult side over the last couple of seasons, will come out against us and come out hot in this game, but we get off to a literal running start here as Ismail Garbi charges down the field, looks for a pretty hopeful ball over the top for Gaetan Lora, finds him, and Lora finishes well. He was missing some of his finishing in that last game with the opportunity or two that he had to score and really secure us a better result against PSG, but he's righted his wrongs so far in this game, and we take a pretty early lead in the game. Coming into the second half here, it's Ilyas Husni who twists and turns and almost produces a goal, but it is Gaetan Lora who steps in there to clean up the mess, and our two real superstars in the making do the job once again. 2-0, things looking much better at this point in the game, and this win is enough to keep our momentum going. Half an hour left. Can we make it even more? Jordan Veretout now gets his head up and looks over the top for Ismail Garbi. Lovely close control, and he does his man the wrong way. Garbi growing with confidence every passing game this season, and with Mitrita out for the long haul after that whole drug fiasco in the last episode, it is Garbi who is filling the void. And bold as you'll like, Jordan Veretout steps up with a nice little Panenka, and he finishes in beautiful fashion to keep us firmly in front in this game, and surely we are on our way to 3 points at this point in the game. Monaco definitely not done by any stretch, though. Unbelievable strike from the edge of the area. Pulls one back to make it 3-1, but in the end, it is too big of a mountain to climb for them. 3-1, we are back to winning ways. That is a statement result from Paris FC. Alright, absolutely relentless pressure here from Paris Saint-Germain, who still remain 1 point off of us in second place. It is going to be a tight end of the season here. All the pressure's on, really. This is one of the most competitive careers I've ever had in terms of having a real rivalry between two teams. We've done the almost impossible and climbed to the top of Ligue 1, but to really stay there, we have 10 games remaining to keep our focus and keep up the good momentum. So with that said, let's get back to action. Alright, well, we play against Reims here, who really, considering the opposition we've had in the last few games, should be fairly easy pickings for us. Gaetan Lora with a spinning turn there, almost keeps that one on target, and he's just becoming a better overall player as each season goes on, Lora. His dribbling is looking significantly sharper. His ability to play as a target man rather than just run in behind as well. You can see his chest control and ability to get shots off. Now, things get a little spicy as Reims see red after 2 yellows in rapid succession for their midfielder. And at this point, we really have to step things up and actually make a difference with some goals. So it's a Felipe Anderson darting run through midfield, and Jordan Veretout finishes against the lag caused by my recording software to finish and get us in front. Lovely play from the team, and Felipe Anderson, one of the quiet performers in this squad this season. More tough challenges coming in, but this time we managed to just keep the ball flowing. It is beautiful, confident attacking play, and the little backheel flick there from Paulinho to Gaetan Lora secures yet another goal. 2-0 against a 10-man side. Really should solidify our victory here. But there is still time left to play, and Reims are definitely not rolling over here. Some great intricate passing in our area sees them find the back of the net and make things a little interesting here with 15 minutes left. Fortunately, not enough to make a full comeback, but again, worrying signs from our defense that has not looked the same since Diego Llorente's been out injured. Regardless, we gather 3 points, and on we go. All right, well, it just keeps staying tight. 1 point still separates us. Unfortunately for us, there are rumors breaking out in the camp. Maxwell Cornet is unhappy with his role at left back. Despite being one of our better players, he really long-term wants to be playing further up the pitch in an attacking role. And to be completely honest, despite the fact he is very good as an attacking defender, I don't know if he's good enough to actually be a full-blown attacker for our side. So if it means we lose him in the summer, unfortunately that just might be what it is, but he's not going to displace the attacking players we currently have, and we're not going to build a team around him necessarily. So we'll see what happens there. He's going to keep playing left back. It's not like we're in the middle of a transfer window, so that'll have to wait till the end of the season, and we need him for now, especially if it's at the cost of a title push. On the bright side, Diego Llorente is back, but he's fallen by 2 overall. He is very unmatched fit at the moment, so it's still going to be Bamba and Soleil, but that's something to keep an eye out for, is that return. So it's back to action against Nantes. Let's get to it. All right, here we go. In search of more wins. Despite the slip up against PSG, we've actually been excellent. Honestly, it's more down to the fact that they are just relentless and will not let up. We cannot afford to slip up at all this season, and they make it so hard. The rest of the league, more or less, is proved to be decent competition for us. I think we've shown we can beat most of the sides consistently, but PSG and the stacked lineup they have, regardless of if we consistently finish second, they're always going to make it difficult to get that top spot with the kind of team that they have. Now, it's been unbelievable pressure from us early in this game. 15 minutes in, we've had 3 or 4 chances. Honestly, they make it difficult playing out of the back, literally out of goal, and we just keep the pressure up, bombarding their goal with shots from distance, shots in the box, but nothing enough to actually get ourselves a goal just yet. And as the game rolls on, we got to be careful that our suspect defense as of late doesn't slip up here. Roberts gets his head up and plays a through ball to Villa, who's looking for a way through. Roberts again at the top of the area. Oh my God, we concede a wonder goal from the opposition, who, despite really not being in this game at all, find a way in thanks to that rocket from the edge of the box. Oh man, and we have a bit of a situation to deal with now as we come towards halftime. Vinicius Tobias, lovely dashing run. Diakite flicks it through, and Paulinho drags his shot wide. Well, it's not for a shortage of chances, and again, as we press here, this should be another one. Ismail Garbi cannot finish. I don't know what's happened to our team today, but we just cannot score. Gaetan Lora poked away, Paulinho again blocked, and a third chance comes in from our striker. Just cannot convert. Ismail Garbi plays it back for Diakite, who this time in the second half looks to have an eye for goal, plays it through again. Ismail Garbi, can he pick out a pass? Yes, Lora, lovely run, and even better finish. Only a matter of time when we're playing like this, and our striker finds the goal that levels things back up 1-1. Now we need to really take this game by the scruff of its neck and make sure we come away with 3 points, because honestly, even a draw is not good enough with PSG really making life difficult for us. Unfortunately, the next goal falls to the opposition, who with half an hour left in this game make life even more difficult for us. We need 2 more goals to get a win here, and we might just do exactly that. Paulinho, though, off the post. That was our golden chance to turn the tides, and with time running out, even just a goal here would only rescue 1 point. Ilyas Husni touch on the ball, but a little harsh there as the whistle is blown, and unfortunately for us, that is a flat-out defeat, our first in a while, and that is heartbreaking for the team as we look to hang on to our first place spot. Well, the inevitable has happened. 30 games into the season, we finally slip up and PSG capitalize with a win to take themselves 2 points in front of us. And with 8 games remaining in the season, this could be a pivotal turning point. Well, we've been so consistent and so good for the most part this season. I mean, honestly, our points total is pretty solid, but with PSG, even despite their really rough start in the first 10 games, they've flipped it around. They are not dropping any points at this point in the season, and we need to be absolutely consistent and just hope for a miracle if we want a shot back at that first place position. Let's get back to it. All right, well, this game is ultimately important to the finish for our season here as we take on Rennes, and honestly, if we slip up twice in a row, that just might be the nail in the coffin that decides the title here. But we have a long game ahead of us, and the kind of form we've been in, I do back us to get a positive result out here. I mean, we know for sure we're one of the best, if not the best team in the league. Despite having slipped up a little recently, we were in first for so long. Ilyas Husni doing everything he can to win the ball back here, and a shot off the post from Felipe Anderson. Unlucky there to not get us in front early in the match. At this point, it feels like things are just kind of going against us. We're not playing poorly at all, but some of the results not really going our way. The only team we've really been outclassed by over the last season or two has been PSG, but unfortunately for us, we concede again. Rennes finding their way into this game somehow. It's a sloppy challenge there from the defense. I think it was Soleil who got a little tripped up and allowed the shot in. What a finish it was at that. Now Rennes really cranking through the gears as they turn the tides in this game, and Soleil, another mistake, and it is a second goal. Heartbreaking stuff here as Paris FC fall 2 goals behind. And unfortunately, the way the game is going so far, it doesn't look exactly like we'll be on our way to a win. I said it before, but that injury to Diego Llorente really looks to have been the turning point for us. Both Soleil and Bamba have struggled on and off this season. Recently, it's been Soleil who's been making more mistakes, but we have our attacking players still firing at least as a shot deflects off the defender, and Paulinho manages to have good enough reaction speed to get on the end of the deflection and finish in the back of the net to pull 1 goal back for us. Now Jordan Veretout slips through another one. Paulinho can't quite get there, but it's all hands on deck as we throw numbers forwards. Rennes trying to get another ball through. This time we see it away, but Ilyas Husni tripped up on the ball there, and a ball played through. Men wide open in the middle. Option is foregone there, but James Leah Saliki on the far side eventually passed to and finishes into the top corner. Well, for those of you who have been with this channel for a little while, you'll remember James Leah Saliki was one of our premier signings when we were managing Schalke, and this time he comes back to bite us with the goal that secures another consecutive defeat for Paris FC as we slip up big time here at the tail end of the season. And if PSG's recent form has been anything to go by, that'll widen the gap even more. All right, well, some tough questions to field here in the post-match press conference about what's been going wrong in these last couple of games. Defeated by PSG, which is fair enough considering their squad. It's always going to be a toss-up between us, but gotten the better of twice now in the league by teams that we really should be securing victories over. And it comes at a critical time. 7 games remaining in the season. 5 points now separate us and our rivals who sit top of the league. PSG on 71 points. And we pretty much need to secure victories in all of these remaining 7 games if we want a realistic shot at the title. We're going to have to hope at this point that PSG drops some. I think 2 mistakes in their last 7 is something that could be feasible, so all the pressure's on. We have to just keep doing our thing and focus on results. Now, it's worth noting that PSG are in the semifinals of the Champions League against tough opposition, so there's a chance that trying to balance their squad, they might have to prioritize and slip up in the league a little bit. The Champions League is still their ultimate goal. They have not won it yet. But it's all going to come down to next episode. If you guys want to join the Discord and get active behind the scenes, feel free to join. Links in the description. You can also check out respectthejeff.com. Click on the tab for Battle for Paris, and you can check out all of the detailed stats so far in this career. Also, consider subscribing if you haven't already to stay up to date, and I'll be back soon with next episode. But until then, I'm Respect the Jeff, and I'll see you next time.